peace be upon you. The mistakes in the clip are annoying, but they might not be mistakes at home. However, doing them in the mosque among worshippers, according to their school of thought, would be considered wrong. Let's begin with the first mistake, doing individual push-ups. The names may sound strange to us now. The messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, when prostrating, would keep his hands relaxed and spread out, neither fully raised nor tightly together. However, some people completely open their hands when prostrating. The video shows a push-up exercise. The person is instructed not to fully prostrate during the exercise, but instead to do a modified push-up on their elbows or while keeping their body tense and squeezing their sides. Give me some space. Some people say, this is a good sunnah you can do at home. Let's apply everything according to this sunnah. Everyone is prostrating close together, but each person needs at least a meter of space. Please be considerate of the worshippers next to you, my brother. There is a mistake in the description. He folds his hand over the last part and spreads it on the ground. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, advised to be balanced in prostration, meaning not to spread arms like a dog or stretch them out completely. Worshippers should keep their arms in the middle position. Brother, I'm beside you. Please respect me and allow me to pray with you. The second mistake is that some people, may Allah guide them, during the final tashahhud, lean on you. So now what is the sunnah? The sunnah is that the right leg should be upright and the left leg should be laid flat, or that you sit on the ground with your buttocks, lay the left leg flat and keep the right leg upright. Okay, but when you do this movement and you're like this, you're lying down. Let me tell you a story before you sleep so you can fall asleep. Brother, consider the person beside you. You follow the sunnah, but be mindful of others. Let's go back. It's the same problem. If all the people praying did this movement of yours, if all the worshippers did this, there wouldn't be any prayer. Seriously, my brother, you can do that at home. If you can't control yourself and you see that you're leaning a lot toward the person next to you, don't do it. Just sit. Regular sitting is acceptable. The third mistake is getting ready to dive. Look, you see, the name sounds strange, but when the imam rises from bowing and then goes to prostrate, some people, what do? I want to get up as he gets up, so they start getting ready now. They're already prepared. He prepares to dive, sits down, and observes the imam in the front row. The imam is rolling up his garment and getting ready before saying, Allahu Akbar. Sometimes he dives in enthusiastically. He prostrates before the imam. What's the point of all this preparation? You should be calm and relaxed, prostrating when the imam says, Allahu Akbar. There's no need to get ready ahead of time. Even if you try to get ahead of the imam, you'll still finish together. You can never really get ahead. The fourth mistake is treating it like a 100-meter sprint, running and rushing. Sometimes when you're praying, you hear someone at the back of the mosque running. Their footsteps are loud in the mosque, even the mosque itself shakes. Some people do this thinking the imam won't rise from bowing yet. What does he do? He says, Allahu Akbar, meaning he wants to tell the imam, wait, imam, let me catch the rak'ah, I'm almost there. Some imams, may Allah reward them, are patient and wait a bit, but some don't. He's running so hard, he might even take off his shoe and hit you on the head, brother. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, when heading to prayer, approach it calmly and walk with tranquility. Pray what you catch and make up what you miss. In essence, walk to prayer with composure. Let me tell you something very important. One key reason for having humility in prayer is that it allows you to approach prayer with calmness. I'll give you an example now. You want to sleep at 10 o'clock. And now what time is it? 10 to 5 minutes. After entering the house in a rush, possibly washing your face, and turning on the air conditioning, do you believe you can fall asleep immediately upon getting into bed? You won't be able to sleep, will you? You're not a child. Even Iranians don't do that. If you fall asleep quickly, even sleep itself is something you need to ease into gradually so you can actually sleep. So prayer comes first. When you come to prayer with calmness and focus and you enter into the prayer, that's a very important reason. It helps you. You can't be humble. It's impossible. You come running and panting. Listen to yourself panting while you're in the prayer. So how can you be humble? How can I even make you dislike it? Even the fifth mistake, the nice smell. You might ask me, how is that a mistake? A nice smell? How can that be a mistake? The messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, was never offered perfume and refused it, not once. He always loved to use perfume, but some people, may God guide them, the scent of their perfume is very strong. For example, they open the bottle like this, don't even spray it lightly, and pour it all over their body. If he sits next to you during prayer, your nose will get irritated and you'll keep scratching it, regardless of whether you have sinus issues or not. The perfume has an overwhelmingly strong and awful scent that some people don't even realize is bad. I don't understand how this is considered perfume. And how can you not notice, my brother? Be considerate of those around you. Use a light fragrance. And some people, what do? They even smoke sometimes and then come to pray right next to you. You feel like, what is he even doing? He just took a cigarette like that? Look at him. God is great. You feel like he's just barely hanging on. And he puts out the cigarette because the smell of the smoke is so strong. So what does he do first? He smoked and everything. And his face is full of perfume. So what do you smell? Perfume and smoke. Perfume and smoke. Perfume and smoke. You don't know whether to say God bless him or to pray against him for his mistake. The sixth smell is the oniony soccer player smell. May God guide them during prayer. You get the smell of a mouthful of onions and garlic. You feel like he ate garlic, onions, and leeks. The stench in the mosque is so unbearable that it makes you hate the entire place. It's so bad that the imam struggles to remember verses during prayers. It seems impossible that such a smell could even come from a human being. Brother, the messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, if someone eats garlic or onion, let him stay away from our mosque. Brother, don't pray, don't say it's a mosque. Yes, don't enter. Pray at home. If you have a strong smell of onion and garlic, pray at home, okay? This also applies to body odor. It applies to your smell too. Filthy intelligence! You can't come to me all curled up and filthy. Allah Almighty said, take your adornment at every mosque. So when you take your adornment, but you come all coiled up with your whole smell being filthy, you harm the worshippers next to you. Sometimes, honestly, someone prays next to me. Because of how strong the smell is, I don't even know what was recited. I don't know which rak'ah I'm in. You can literally taste the smell. Naturally, he might not smell it himself, but my nose is right next to his armpit and the smell, so the whole time I'm just smelling it. About the curled up ones, how would you know? He won't know, so I really don't know how you would know. Even if you're unsure, clean yourself, wear clean clothes, put on some perfume, and come to the mosque. That's important. I understand that now there are some workers who work in the heat and under the sun, and it's normal for them to have a bad smell, for example. And honestly, some people say it's not a problem, you can tolerate the smell during prayer, but for some, it's really difficult. Really? It's a disgusting smell, even the smell of alcohol. It's truly a headache-inducing experience when you're in the prayer row and someone beside you has a disgusting smell, possibly even of alcohol, making it difficult to continue praying. Is it the smell of his mouth? Despite moving to the second row, I can still smell the person in the first row. It's unbelievable how strong the odor is. Imagine the experience for those praying right next to him. This is truly harmful to them, by God. If you're ever unsure about your body odor, ask someone to smell your underarm, shirt, or breath. They'll let you know if there's an issue. You should be aware of your own scent. How can you be certain? Is this a viable solution? Remember, you are entering God's house. You must maintain your appearance, fragrance, looks, and attire. If you were invited to visit a friend, not royalty or a dignitary, but a regular friend, I dare you to go dressed in these clothes. If I asked you to come over on Thursday because I'm hosting you, would you show up wearing this attire? Your scent, the smell of your perfume, may reach the person before you even knock on their door. The seventh mistake. Chairs have become so common in the mosque that even people with minor pains, like slight knee discomfort, use them. What's the issue with having chairs? Let me tell you something. Now, whoever prays with a chair either puts the chair behind them, and as a result, the person behind them can't prostrate. So what happens is that the person behind them can't prostrate. Now the row is messed up. The one behind him moves back and messes up the one behind him as well. Now, you might have messed up the prayer for 10 people, and even if you move forward a little, you'll end up bumping into the person in front of you if you're not in the first row. And also, an important point. Sometimes I pray and next to me, there's someone sitting on a chair. He thinks his feet should be all the way back, so when I go to prostrate, his feet are right where my face is. Even if your feet are clean, brother, if they smell bad, it's not right. If you're sitting on a chair, pull your feet in and stay in line. Don't bother the people behind you, in front of you, or around you. If possible, move the chair to your side, join the prayer, say the takbir, and prostrate when it's time. Then sit back down. That's the best way. Avoid using a chair if you can. By Allah, that's better and a blessing for you, me, and everyone praying. And of course, in the end, I'm going to tell you something important now. Don't call yourself a Muslim if you don't pray, if you don't practice, if you've completely abandoned prayer and then you say, I'm a Muslim. You say, by Allah, oh Allah, I worship you and follow the messenger. Peace and blessings be upon him whom you sent, but you don't want to pray, fast, give zakat, or do anything. Faith is in the heart and I have faith. And as for faith, what is in the heart, man, that's not faith. Don't claim to be a Muslim if your actions don't reflect it. A Muslim prays regularly. Of course, we always say this from the group who say, faith is in the heart. I mean, there's a story. This story, I'll post it, God willing, on the main channel. Also, the idea behind this title is that it's basically about something that denies the sunnah and these things on the main channel. A video will be posted soon, God willing. A woman passed away. This is someone telling a story that a woman passed away. So the angels came. The angels of mercy and the angels of punishment. They asked, how can the angels of mercy come? The angels of punishment and the woman who passed away were mentioned. The identity of the deceased woman is being questioned. A promiscuous dancer, an adulteress in every sense of the word, and a promoter of this behavior. She never prayed, fasted, or did anything. So the angels of punishment came and said, is she going to the fire? The angels of mercy, they said, no, she is going to paradise. Well, how can we be sure? They said, smell her feet, there's a foul odor. Her face has a foul odor. Her hands everywhere, there's a foul odor. Then they came to her heart, and there was a fragrant, beautiful scent. They said, look at the faith. You don't know? Is this a story? Is it a Bollywood movie? What is this? They are the group who say faith is in the heart. Whenever you tell them to pray, they say faith is in the heart. Brother, worship Allah, faith is in the heart. I avoid wrongdoings because faith is in the heart. That's why prayer itself is the most important pillar after the two testimonies. So don't call yourself a Muslim. Honestly, the whole thing is frustrating. How can you call yourself a Muslim? You don't even pray? You don't pray at all? I mean, in some interviews I used to see on the street, they would ask, are you Muslim? They'd say, I'm Muslim. Do you pray? Yes, I pray. Okay. How many rakahs are there in Fajr prayer? He's sitting there counting, he's counting. Is he really answering the question? He's counting 1, 2. You don't know how many rakahs are in Fajr prayer? Man, a child who's 4 years old knows how many rakahs are in Fajr prayer? 2 rakahs? He then said 4 rakahs, oh God. He said 4 rakahs, he said 4 rakahs, 4 rakahs for Fajr prayer, and you tell me to pray? You don't even know how many rakahs are in Fajr prayer? You don't even know how many rakahs there are in the first place? What about Al-Fatiha, the pillars, obligations, and sunnahs of prayer? So this means not only do you not pray, but it seems like you're a Christian and you don't even know there is no God but Allah. If I could give one piece of advice to everyone by Allah the Almighty, it would be this. My brother, pray no matter how many sins you have or how much trouble you cause in life, just pray. Prayer helps you resist immorality and wrongdoing. A day will come when everything around you feels wrong. And when you do something right, which is prayer, you'll start to stay away from all those wrong things. You just have to pray properly. Don't treat prayer like it's just a household chore. I prayed, that's it, goodbye. Is that the whole point? Lastly, let me remind you of my Twitter account I've been bothering you with. But why am I always the one who is now called? The X app. Why am I always now lately? It's always nice now. Lately, I've been most active on Twitter because recently, Twitter has given me much more freedom than YouTube, Instagram, or even my Facebook account. I deleted the page because you can't really speak freely. If you mention certain groups, the admins will delete your account. That's why I can talk on Twitter and even post some of the same clips there without issues. Recently, following the Palestinian issue, they've started to block some words. However, compared to YouTube and Instagram, it's still much more lenient. At least there's still room for me to speak. God willing, this will continue and expectations will keep rising. Muslims are very active on Twitter these days, so the future is uncertain. Only God knows what will happen. This is my Twitter account, and I would be honored if you follow me there. In the end, I pray that God accepts this as a good deed for all of us and makes it an ongoing charity for the living and deceased Muslims. Peace be upon you, and God's mercy and blessings.